Tina, are you there? Don't you know you're about to be scammed with this wedding of yours? You have to go to the police right now. I'm serious. Wait a second. Rachel, what in the world are you talking about right now? I mean that I heard the big news while I was at the office today. I mean, about you finally getting married, that is. Also, wow, I can't believe that you're not married until right now. What are you, like 35 years old already? Man, you're an old maid, do you know that? Excuse me? I don't see what this has to do with anything at all, thank you very much. Look, this isn't even what I wanted to talk to you about, really. But I know that you're happy for your wedding. It's just, you need to know that you're being scammed right now. I mean it. I mean, do you really think that anyone in this world would actually marry someone like you? You need to stop all this nonsense and realize that no man would ever want to marry you, and that this has got to be a scam. Well, thank you so much for wanting to look out for me, Rachel. But I know for a fact this isn't a scam. And there's nothing wrong with me getting married at the age that I am. You know, every single person who has ever been scammed doesn't believe it's happening until it's too late. I'm just trying to warn you now, so that you don't make mistakes in the future. After all, I would hate for you to be made a fool of later. And just what is that supposed to mean? Oh, come on! You know that there's all kinds of stories of poor, old women always getting into these scam marriages. But I guess that just tells you something about lonely middle-aged women. All I'm saying is that you shouldn't rush into these kinds of things. I'll have you know that I'm not rushing into anything at all. I've thought about what I'm doing, and we're already legally married on paper. In fact, we literally share a home together. So, in what way am I getting scammed right now? Wait a second. You mean that you two already had your legal marriage? You signed all the paperwork and everything? That's right. We did all of that sometime last week. We went to the courthouse and had a mini ceremony. It was really very nice. So, I really don't see how I'm being scammed at all. Please tell me that you're lying to me right now. I mean, did you seriously get married? At your age? Well, I guess there really are a bunch of freaks out there who might be into that. But let me guess, you probably ended up with some nasty 70-year-old man or something like that, right? Are you being serious right now? Did you really just ask me that? Well, I'm just saying that you're already 35 years old, aren't you? It's not like any handsome young man would want to be with someone like you. Actually, if you really must know, my husband is 7 years younger. So now you know that. And I'll let you know that he makes me very happy, and is very happy to be with me. And you really don't know what you're talking about. Oh, come on, give me a break. Please tell me that at least that one was a joke. Are you telling me that you're really tricked some poor young man into marrying you? I can't believe this. How could you do that to someone who has their whole life ahead of them? You really are just so selfish, do you know that? Well, at least I'm not trying to talk bad out of marriage that I have no clue about. But anyways, if you could keep out of my private life, I would really appreciate it, you know? I mean, I should be clear with you that you're nothing but a coworker to me, so you really shouldn't be saying any of this to me in the first place. Wait, just 1 second. Can you at least tell me what day it is that you're going to be getting married? I mean, you are still having a ceremony, aren't you? Please. I just want to know what day it is that you're going to be having your wedding with your husband. If you really do want to know, we're going to be having our wedding at the end of next month. We're both very busy with work right now and won't have time until then. But, just why would you want to know about that anyway? Oh, I see. So you're going to be getting married at the end of next month, is that right? Great! Then I'll be sure to have my wedding around the same exact time as yours. And I'll be sure to invite everyone from work so that they'll all come to my wedding instead. Oh, I see what you're trying to do here. Well, I was actually going to be giving everyone invitations to my wedding tomorrow. Oh, that really is just so sad. Why would you even try to expose them to that? I mean, why force them to watch some sad old lady walk down the aisle? They'll all be watching you with pity, you know? But don't worry. That's why I'll have my wedding around then, so they can all forget about your crappy one. And then they can enjoy going to a wedding with an actually beautiful bride and not some old hag like you. I have to say, Rachel, I didn't know that you were even planning on getting married before this. Well, actually, I was just talking to my boyfriend and we agreed that we'd get married next month. He told me that he would do it whenever I asked him to. That's how much my boyfriend loves me. He would do anything for me, and all I need to do is ask. So I'm going to be having my wedding on the exact same day as yours. Oh, really? Well, thank you for telling me all of that, I guess. Anyways, I've got to go now. I have lots of calls to make and reservations to arrange. So you just make sure everyone's in high spirits when it's finally time for my wedding, okay?
Tina, are you there? I'm so sorry for not answering your calls earlier. I was wrapped up with work, and I wasn't looking at my phone at all.
Well, I just needed to talk to you a bit about the wedding is all. I was wondering how you felt about maybe choosing a new day to do it on.
Wait, what? You want to change the day of our wedding? But we've already booked everything for the day that we choose. I don't understand. We already printed out all the invitations with the original day on them. We can't just change things like this.
Yeah, I suppose you're right about that. It would be too much to try and change the day at this point, right?
I think it would, but what would make you even ask that in the first place? I mean, is there some kind of trouble at work that's popped up on the day we're supposed to be getting married?
Well, it is something, or rather someone at work, but it's nothing about actual work itself. I just have this really annoying coworker who said she's planning on having her wedding on the same exact day as ours.
Hold on a second. You have a coworker wanting to get married on the day that we're going to have ours?
Yeah. She wants to prove that nobody wants to go to a wedding for an old woman like me. So, to prove that, she's going to have her wedding on the same day and invite everyone from the office to hers. I guess she wants to show that she can throw a better wedding than I can.
But I mean, that's so cruel to try to ruin someone's special day for a reason that petty. And who cares at what age you're getting married at?
Well, I guess this coworker has a serious problem with me for some reason. I just really don't get it, to be honest with you. But I guess she just wants to have her fun making fun of me for being older than her at my wedding. She even told me that she's convinced our whole marriage was just a scam.
Wait, what? Did she really say that? What is this girl's problem? Why would she even say something like that? I assume that this girl's beneath you in the company, right? Just who does she think she is, doing all this?
I think she's the kind of girl who thinks that she can get away with anything she wants because she's pretty. She is always messing around at work and driving people crazy. And I guess she has a chip on her shoulder about her age. That's probably why she's so eager to try and prove that she can outperform me.
But that's crazy. You've been at the company for so long, and you're such a hard worker. She doesn't really think she can just show you up like that, does she? I mean, doesn't she know that you've been Employee of the Year for basically the last 5 years?
I think that might be a part of why she hates me so much. And I think that this little stunt with our wedding just proves it. But I don't know. It just feels like she's always trying to bring me down, you know?
Well, I don't think that we should have to change the date of our wedding just to appease a little brat. And I know that the people from our office will come to our wedding.
But she's right, isn't she? I mean, I am just another old lady getting married to a younger guy. I don't know. Do you really think that anyone would want to go to a wedding like that? I really just can't see why anyone would want to see someone like me get married.
Stop all of that talk. Tina, you are my beautiful fiancé, and you're going to look even more stunning on the day of our wedding. Come on. Just think about how much we've been looking forward to this. You can't just let some random woman from work bring you down like this. I promise that we've already had people from your office saying that they will definitely be going there. So I don't think you have anything to worry about in terms of your coworkers showing up. We're going to be getting on that day we set, and that's it. I mean, did you even know that your boss called and left a long message about how excited and happy he was for the both of us? He also went on about how much you do for the company. I think that you have more people in your corner at work than you think, but I'm sorry that it didn't feel that way for you.
Wait a second. Did my boss really say all of those things? I had no idea.
Like I said, I think that you're more loved than you think over there, and we've got plenty of other similar messages from your other coworkers. A lot of them really look up to you and are really thankful that you're the one that showed them the ropes around there. So I don't think you have anything to worry about when it comes to people from work coming to our wedding. And besides, you know that no matter what, I'll do all that I can to make you happy. I wouldn't even mind quitting my job so that you can just concentrate on yours.
I don't know what to say to all of this. I guess I didn't even realize.
And that's why I'm here, to let you know that there are a lot of people out there who really love you and will be at our wedding.
I guess you're right. Now that I think about it, there was a lot of excitement when I made the announcement at work. I was afraid that nobody would want to go after what Rachel was saying, though.
Yeah, I mean, she sounds like a real pain in the neck to deal with. If I had to be honest with you, I don't think I've ever heard of someone doing what she's doing.
She actually showed up at our office not long after you left your position here. So I guess it's no wonder why you hadn't heard of her before now.
Well, either way, I think that you should just forget all about her and don't let her little stunt make us less excited for our big day.
You're right. Thank you so much for talking to me about this. I really can't wait to marry you, Cameron. We're so close to having everything ready. I know that we can do this. So tell me, Tina, how does it feel today, huh? How does it feel knowing that nobody is going to show up to your lame wedding? I bet that you've been bawling your eyes out all day, isn't that right? Oh, hey Rachel. Sorry, what are you talking about right now? I just wanted to know how it felt to have your entire wedding venue completely empty. After all, I know that not a single person from the office would have shown up there, right? I doubt that anyone showed up to your wedding at all, actually. So tell me, do you finally get that you've lost? Do you finally understand that nobody wants to see an old hag like you get married? Actually, that's kind of the same question I was wanting to ask you. How do you feel right now? Because everyone from work is already here. They've all arrived at the wedding. What are you talking about? You must mean that they're all coming to my wedding so that they can watch me get married. After all, I picked out such an amazing dress that I just know I'm going to get so many compliments at work from it. And I've rented an extra large venue to hold everyone who's going to show up here. You really think that many people are going to be showing up to your wedding? I mean, certainly more people are going to be showing up at my wedding than your wedding. And just to think, all the hard work you put in is going to nothing. You even handed out your sad little invitations to everyone at the work. But, like I said, nobody wants to go to a wedding just to watch an old hag like you get married. I'm sorry, but everyone here is just laughing so hard at you right now. What are you talking about? What's that supposed to mean? I mean that we just finished the ceremony and now we're all stepping out to get pictures taken. But everyone from work is here with me right now, like I said. And I'm telling them about the things that you're saying to me, and we're all just laughing right now. I don't understand. What do you mean the people from work are all there, and they're laughing at me right now? That doesn't make any sense. Well, everyone from work but you is here at my wedding right now. So you don't have to apologize for anything. Because after all, you didn't really do anything to stop or hurt my wedding at all. Wait a second! How? I don't understand! Why is everyone at your wedding today? Don't they know that I'm getting married as well? I think that they do. And that's why they all chose to come to my wedding instead of yours. So, anyways, what were you saying about wanting to know how it felt to not have anyone at your wedding? Because you were so full of yourself asking me that earlier, but now it seems like you've stopped being so high and mighty. But how about it? Do you want to tell me how you feel right now? I don't! This doesn't make any sense at all! How could this be happening? I don't know what you mean. I'm only asking what you asked me. I mean, why aren't they all here at my wedding? Why are they at yours? Don't they know you're just an old hag? Yeah, nobody at the office really feels that way about me at all. It took me a while to figure it out, but everyone is actually just so annoyed with how you act all the time. But now that it's all clear to me, I can see why nobody would choose to go to your wedding over mine. But this can't be happening! They were all supposed to be here to see me get married, not you! How could they all do this to me? Don't they know that I'm so much cuter and prettier and better than you? Hey, sorry you're having this little breakdown, but I actually have to get back to enjoying my wedding with everyone here. Oh, shut up! You think this means anything? You think you're better than me because people showed up to your wedding? This doesn't mean anything at all. I'm still better than you. Everyone at work knows this. You won't get away with this, you know. Are you sure about that? Because it kind of seems like I already have. But anyways, enjoy your sad, empty wedding. Like I said, I have people that need attending to here. I guess I'll see you at work though. Have a nice weekend. After that, I heard through the grapevine that Rachel ended up canceling her whole wedding. She even broke up with her fiancé, although I didn't even know who he was to begin with. After we all did return to the office, basically everyone there knew exactly what kind of person that Rachel was, and the kind of things that she had said to me, and nobody wanted anything to do with her at all. Of course, since she ended up having to pay for all of her wedding plans, I heard that she basically just wasted a ton of money on this little scheme of hers. Now she can't even make eye contact with me and practically anyone in the office. She just sits at her desk working hard so she can pay off all the debt that she accrued planning her wedding.
Hello there, Emma. I'm just messaging to tell you that you should marry Gerald and not Tony.
Mimi, please. How many times have we already had the same conversation? The man that I've been dating this whole time is Tony, and he's the man I'm going to marry.
What are you talking about? I need to make sure that Gerald gets married before his brother. I've realized that when Tony brought you home with him that I had to do something to help Gerald find a wife quickly. So anyways, that's why you're going to be marrying Gerald instead. And I won't take no for an answer.
Mimi, you can say whatever you'd like, but it isn't going to change my mind about this. I'm going to marry Tony, and that's final. I mean, I don't even think I've spent more than an hour cumulatively with Gerald.
But I'm sure that you would come to love him if you just knew him a little better. I promise that he really is an amazing guy, and you wouldn't regret marrying him. Don't make me force this to happen. Don't forget that the two of you are married now. If you try and break this off or do anything to ruin the fact that you're engaged to Gerald, I will sue you into oblivion. Do you understand?
I seriously have no idea how to even respond to this, but please don't spout this crazy nonsense and then threaten me with legal action. Anyways, I have to go. Hey, Tony, I'm really sorry to bug you while you're away on your business trip. But it's just that your mom started talking to me about marrying your brother again.
You're kidding me. I thought that you talked to her about that.
In fact, apparently in her head, she seems to think that Gerald and I are already engaged or something. There was one time she told me that if I broke off my engagement with him, that she would sue me.
Emma, I am so sorry that you're having to deal with all this right now. I wish my mom would stop all this nonsense.
I mean, I wonder how Gerald himself feels about all this. Probably doesn't like being put in this situation any more than I do. Feels like your mom would be the kind of person to push this, whether or not the both of us wanted it or not.
I think you're probably right about that. But actually, I talked to Gerald a little bit about this earlier.
Really? I didn't know you two were still talking. When was the last time that you even had a good chat with each other? If I remember correctly, you two haven't been the closest of people ever since Gerald quit his job at the big company and shut himself up in his room.
I know that it seems that way, but that's not what's really happening at all.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that the real reason why he quit his first job was because he was in the process of publishing his first book.
Oh, really? I had no idea that Gerald wrote anything.
Well, it's already a bestseller and has even been picked up by some streaming service to be turned into a show.
That's amazing. He must be so proud.
I would think so. But he's basically doing all of this online, so he hasn't had the need to go into the office or even leave his room, really. Besides, he's always more of an indoor person anyways. I think he's probably glad to have less reasons to leave the house now.
Oh, I see. So that's how things are.
But I think that he still hasn't told anyone that he's gone and published his book already. I think he's just worried that if Mom finds out, she will just use it to brag to everyone she knows about him and just never give him any peace or privacy. So that's why he's been pretending to be the antisocial shut-in this whole time. He's really just waiting for the right timing to come forward about this since he knows it's going to be a big deal. I think that Mom knows that you also work for a big company though. And so she wants you and Gerald to get married because she thinks he needs someone to take care of him.
So then, I think that I'm going to marry your brother and do everything for him on top of that?
Well, that's what my mom thinks, but Gerald doesn't want that at all.
Oh, well, as long as he understands that it isn't going to happen, that's good.
Right. So anyways, while we were talking, he explained all this to me and apologized for seeming to act so standoffish. But now the problem is how to move forward from here. In fact, Gerald was kind of hoping that you and I would be able to help him come out to the world as an author.
He wants our help with that. How so?
Well, the first thing I should let you know is that Gerald already has a fiancé.
Hold on a second, he does? I had no idea.
But yesterday, my mom was going on about how he needs to marry you again. Gerald mentioned something about already being engaged, however, and I guess my mom just assumed that he meant he was engaged to you. She thought that he was already in on her plan and was moving forward with it. You know that my mom probably wouldn't even listen to anything that proved the contrary.
Wow, your mom just really lives in her own world sometimes, doesn't she?
She has always been like this though, ever since we were little. Our mom has always tried to control every little thing we did and manage our lives.
You've told me a little bit about that before, but I feel bad for your brother having to deal with that.
But now that Mom has got it in her head that Gerald is engaged to you, he is worried that that is going to make things very difficult with his own fiancée, and that is what he wants our help with. So we're going to wait for a day when Mom is at home for all of us to meet and talk face to face.
Wow, this is all so much. You've been thinking about this a lot.
Well, this is going to be the talk where we can all finally decide how to get my mom out of our lives once and for all.
That's a pretty heavy task, but if you want help, just let me know what I can do.
Hello there, Emma. I assume the preparations for the wedding are continuing along nicely? And I imagine that you've already divorced Tony, yes?
I actually haven't done that at all, actually.
Excuse me? What are you doing? You need to get a divorce right now.
That's just not going to happen. In fact, Gerald said that it was a surprise for you that I wouldn't not be divorcing Tony, in fact.
A surprise for me? What is that supposed to mean?
I don't really know all the details, and can't say any more than this. I also have to go right now. Bye!
I see. Maybe Gerald is planning some kind of dramatic way to announce his marriage to you for everyone. Well, if he wants this to be a surprise, then I guess I won't ask any more questions either. Emma, where are you? Why haven't you arrived yet? You know you need to get here early for makeup and to fit into your dress. You're so late already. Emma, answer me right now. I have had just about enough of this nonsense, Emma.
Sorry, what are you talking about right now, Mimi?
I mean that you are supposed to marry Gerald so that you can take care of him. But now I've just been told that you've made a last-minute cancellation and you're not even going to be here? How could you just leave my poor boy at the altar like that?
I don't really know how else to say this, but Gerald and I were never going to get married. In fact, I'm on my honeymoon right now, actually.
What do you mean you're on your honeymoon?
I mean that Tony and I are on our honeymoon right now. And I suppose it's a good time as any to say that Tony and I got married in secret about 2 weeks ago.
But I don't get it. Gerald is here and he's still getting ready for the wedding.
Oh, I see. Well, either way, Tony and I have no intention of separating. And I was never going to marry Gerald either.
I won't let you get away with this. I mean, just who do you think is going to pay for all of this? You know that Gerald doesn't work. He can't afford something like this.
I don't know what is happening over there, and I don't want to. Please leave Tony and I out of it, okay? Now, goodbye.
Emma, you get back here right now and explain what's going on! What is going on here? I am still so confused.
What are you talking about this time, Mimi?
I mean that Gerald. My poor sweet little Gerald.
What about Gerald? Did something happen?
Well, he had to cancel the wedding since his bride never showed up. So he told me that he would take care of the cleanup and just go home. But then after I left, apparently some totally random lady showed up and Gerald married her.
So then the wedding wasn't canceled after all.
I guess not. But I don't even know who this person is.
I'd probably guess it's the woman that Gerald was dating and then engaged to.
What are you talking about? Gerald wasn't seeing anyone because he was supposed to be marrying you. I think I would know if my son was engaged to someone.
Are you really sure about that?
Of course I am. But this is all your fault. You're the one making this happen. You stabbed my son in the back, and now you've made him marry some stranger out of desperation. How do you sleep at night?
Mom, you've got to stop this. It's getting ridiculous.
Tony, what is this all about?
Did you really have no idea that Gerald was seeing this girl this whole time?
Why are you talking to me about your brother? If you're mad at him for trying to steal your wife, go talk to him about it.
Mom, he was never trying to do anything like that. You were the one that got it in your head to try and set up Kenna with Gerald, but neither of them wanted that. Gerald tried to tell you that he was already engaged, but you only heard what you wanted to hear and thought that he meant to Emma. You always do this. You never listen to when other people try to say when you're wrong.
How can you say something like that to your own mother?
Because it's true. Speaking of, have you seen Gerald's room?
What about his room? Give me a moment. I don't get it. What is going on? The whole room is totally empty. There's nothing left.
Well, it was all Gerald's idea, really. Although he left you a note explaining things in your mailbox. I would read that very carefully so you can understand how Gerald and I really feel about all of this. Although it's way too late to change our minds now. This is my last goodbye, Mom. Have a nice life.
Wait, no, Tony! I still don't understand!
In the end, Gerald stopped talking to his mom without ever telling her what he really did for a living. Now he lives with his wife close to her parents. Tony and I have also moved recently as part of a job transfer. The new job was partially for better pay, but also because Tony didn't want his mom barging into the office and embarrassing him. She actually did do that, but it was too late and we were already gone. Also, Tony asked the receptionist at his office to tell her that we had quit. With no way to track us down, Mimi was left with no family to turn to and lives out her days in her big empty house all by herself.